Does he survive this? Is there a path to West Virginia keeping Bob Huggins?
I mean, there is. It's really what West Virginia can do what it wants, right? And maybe you sit there and say, look, the guy, he's been he went to our school, he's been a coach here a long time, we've known him for a long time, and we're going to give him another chance at it and not fire him for it, suspend him. I think there's a lot of good that could be done, probably beyond just get rid of him. Whether he's talking about it or training or just making a bigger thing about it. I mean, the whole thing's just really, it's sad. It's sad that someone would still think you can say those slurs, even in private conversation. And this wasn't one of those like slip of the tongues or, I mean, he said it multiple. I mean, if you listen to the audio, it sounds like he's just chatting with his friends. The idea that someone with the experience, savvy, and intelligence of Bob Huggins is just saying these things and making these jokes on a 50,000 watt radio station in Cincinnati is just mind numbing. And if you Huggins, he's always fancied himself, and I think accurately, and represented himself as kind of the underdog's guy, the regular guy's coach, right? There's not a lot of airs being put on by Bob Huggins, and always was willing to support all sorts of different personalities and backgrounds and things like that. And this isn't him, but I don't know whether he's trying to be outrageous or what, but the comments are ridiculous. Anywhere, let alone on a live radio show. I mean, the whole thing's just unbelievable. You heard it, and you're just like, I can't believe someone would sit on a radio, especially someone who's done has a radio show, right?
Right.
Like this is not the guy's been talking to the media for 30 years.
Yeah, and I'm by far I'm a moderate. We don't get political here. I am not your typical Alabamian, I think, and I do not think the guy should be fired for this. Suspended, fined, whatever. But yeah, let's use it as an educational moment for everyone. Let's maybe we can grow as a society instead of canceling everybody. Maybe we can use it to educate people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's something else that can be done, and I just in general on these, just sitting there saying you're gone. Now, there's different context to each thing. What are the factors on this? What the heck is going on? But he gave this is not to like minimize what he said, but he gave I thought an incredible apology, right? There's no excuse. I'm not giving one. Whatever happens, I accept, right? There's no like, well, he's just like basically like, I screwed up. I'm embarrassed, horrified. This was wrong. I did it. Whatever they do, I'm fine with. And that doesn't surprise me. That's him owning it. So is there a better role than just, well, we threw this old coach out? Is there something else we can do? I think as just a society in general, if we could find more ways to show grace and growth and different things and all sorts of different ways, we're better off. Can that work here? I don't know. We'll see. It's really up to West Virginia. That said, again, this wasn't like, when you're saying the same joke over and over and you're his intent, the context and the repetition of it is a lot bigger than just like, I mispronounced a word or, I don't know. It's really a weird, sad situation altogether. So we'll see. But, I think I hate when people are judged by their worst moment and, or the only value in them is just showing we can get rid of them. I just think, maybe there's a better way, but I don't run West Virginia. They may sit there and say, look, we can't have a basketball coach saying this. We got students here. This is what we want to represent.